came across an unconscious man in the street the other day. I don't mean I came across him. Wouldn't do that. Not left-handed. Would have taken forever. I asked this woman out recently. She looks like Samantha Janus, if you squint. Which you do when you ejaculate. Swings and roundabouts? No. Don't ejaculate on swings and roundabouts. Never ends well. But I think she might be a keeper, this woman. Now, you're probably expecting some sort of a goalkeeping pun. Something like, I think she's a keeper. She's got eyes like Gordon Banks. Or I think she's a keeper. She's got a Seaman moustache. You remember David Seaman? I'm not going to do that. But I do think she might be a keeper. Can't believe I'm going to do this one, actually. I do think she might be a keeper. Just hope she doesn't dribble out the box too much. Always makes me nervous. So we went to one of these retro restaurants where they serve all your childhood favourites. Now don't get me wrong, my mother was a great cook. However, there was always a massive pot on the stove, and my dad's handkerchiefs and dirty wife runs boiling away, which was a bit off-putting. Now reading down this retro menu, they did pretty much serve everything my mother used to make. Bubble and squeak, liver and onions, pant and hanky soup. You've got to get your greens from somewhere. And your browns. Some of this isn't new, so forgive me. I went past Wetherspoons one evening, and there was this girl outside. She was having a piss in the street. Don't ask me why she didn't go inside the pub. Perhaps she's shy. Although the evidence would suggest otherwise. Because she was stooping between some dog shit and some broken glass. Well, this was in Stoke, after all. But it looked like she was trying to build a fort. I mean, granted, it would have been a shed fort, but at least it had windows. Albeit stained glass. No, you're right, that's too far. If you wet the bed, and you've got a memory foam mattress, what shape is piss? I have no idea. I bought a new car off TV detective Bergerac. £2.5 grand it cost me. Turned out it was only worth about 500 quid. Got stung by John Nettles. So anyway, this unconscious man, he was lying across these two streets of piss, which were running down from the direction of Wetherspoons, where there were two puddles outside the pub. Now I know women quite often go to the toilet in pairs, but that's pushing them. Now I don't know what to do with this unconscious man. I don't want to risk leaving him on this double yellow line of piss. You know what traffic wardens are like. And I was right to be concerned, because when I went back later, he wasn't there anymore. They must have towed him away. It's the only explanation. Now they've repaved this area recently, but they used these really echoey paving slabs. You can hear a stiletto from half a mile away. I probably should have worn trainers. It's my day off. But they've also resurfaced the road. So there's quite a lot of loose gravel. Now this is right outside a laundrette that specialises in cleaning underwear. So that should reduce the skid risk. I went to do this scented candle shop. You know the ones where as soon as you walk in your eyes start burning because of the pungency of the smell? Well, the shop assistant looked like a young Grace Kelly. Well, she did, until my eyes adjusted to the pungency. And then I stopped squinting and she actually looked more like Matthew Kelly. But when I tried explaining this to her, you should have seen the look of contempt she gave me. She looked at me as if I was standing there with my knob hanging out. I mean, I was. There's no way she could have known that. Not above the smell of all them candles. Now, I've got a couple of children, 2 and 6, which is 12.5p in today's money. Quite a bargain, I thought. And asked Madonna what she paid for it. But I was given a world's greatest father, runner-up mug. Cheeky bastards. To be fair, it wasn't from my own children, so... I was just happy to be placed. Now this will test your knowledge of 1960s pop culture. Marianne Faithfull asked me to guess her 3 favourite planets. Uranus, Saturn, Mars? Obviously not. Hey, one person got it. The killer from the movie Texas Chainsaw Massacre, he's called Leatherface. Well, my question is, has he ever been seen in the same room as Sue Barker? Now, my elderly neighbour, I can't figure out whether she's just a busybody or whether she's actually got the hots for me. But either way, when I was out in the garden earlier, I'm sure I saw her curtains twitching. Monica Lewinsky asked me to guess her 2 favourite planets and her favourite Cuban export. Uranus, Saturn, cigars? Close enough, she says. Now, to find and assassinate Osama bin Laden, the US spent billions of dollars. I mean, the funeral alone cost $100,000, which, if you think about that, it's just a drop in the ocean. Now, JFK was an idiot. Not a popular opinion, but hear me out. If brains were dynamite... His head exploded. Richard Gere asked me to guess. His favourite planet, his favourite 1980s Grange Hill character, and his favourite small pet. Uranus Tucker Gerbil. Correct, he says. I was looking at some porn on this phone. I don't actually like watching porn on a screen that's smaller than my penis. Depends on the model of phone, obviously. When they make porn, do they have a rehearsal? A dry run? Now, I recently found out that such a thing as a horse dildo exists. Can you imagine? Don't ask me how I found out. You don't need to know. Just don't offer me a chair. Now, I fell for one of the oldest cons in the classified ads in the local paper. 25 quid for a 2-seater horse-drawn carriage. Can't believe I didn't realise it was a trap. Damn you, John Knowles. So anyway, this phone. If I'm holding it at arm's length, the phone, I mean, not my penis, I can hardly make out what's going on. Still, I'm on about the phone. I don't actually need the power of sight to know what's going on with my penis, which is ironic when you think of the number of times you're told you go blind. I certainly was. Never did me any harm. Is it insensitive to masturbate in front of blind people? Well, you never know, do you? That might be how they went blind in the first place. And the last thing they'd need is you standing there rubbing it in. Now, I once caught a blind man masturbating. Some people never learn. I've got nothing against blind people. Some of my best friends are wankers. So anyway, I'm holding it at arm's length. Can hardly make out what's going on. Even if I squint. Anyway, I was kicked out of that phone shop. Not allowed back. I live in a small village that backs onto a monkey forest in Stoke-on-Trent. And people often ask, aren't you concerned that the monkeys might escape and invade the village? Well, no. If anything, it's the monkeys that want to be concerned that the villagers might escape and invade their forest. In the 1970s, a location scout for the Wicker Man movie visited the village. And he had a meeting with village elders. And they ate him. It's not entirely true. They fucked him first. I was looking out across these fields. You know, I remember when all this was just factories. Those days are long gone. But I saw a woolly horse in the field. Like a woolly man, but a horse. It was actually a sheep. Wasn't quite as far away as I thought it was. I was squinting, and that always gives a full sense of perspective. Now this has been a lovely gig. And the last gig I did, it was at a conference for young farmers. Now I'd had a bad leg at the time, so I thought, I'll tell them about that. I'd pull the muscle at the back. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? So I was standing there in front of all these young farmers, and I said to them, I fucked me calf. I got a standing ovation. Now I'll leave you with this little story. One of my earliest memories, I was at the vet's. I was there with my pet rabbit, Peter. Named him after Peter Rabbit. Well, the reason this memory stuck with me is the vet kept calling my mother by her maiden name instead of a married name, Mrs. Tomlinson. Well, this cropped up in conversation at work. We were talking about porn star names. You know, where you take the name of your first pet, your mother's maiden name, and together that makes up your porn star name. So I retold the story about going to the vet's with my pet rabbit, Peter, and the vet kept calling my mother by her maiden name, Stringfellow. It's a joke. Obviously my mother's maiden name wasn't Stringfellow. It'd be a ridiculous name for a porn star, wasn't it? Peter Stringfellow. Yeah, it was Sutcliffe. Anyway, thank you for listening. Enjoy the rest of the day.